day they'll join us and actually cook the food with us. So that is the hope. Josh, good evening. How are you? We have an excellent drink tonight you put together, right? Is that right?
Yes, Adam. We are now live on YouTube. So what is going on, everyone? And welcome back to another Copycat theme park series of food cooking. Tonight I think is going to be really fun. This is a pretty popular dish that I think a lot of people really enjoy. And we do have a drink tonight. This is called the Jedi Mind Trick. And we'll see how it goes. So should be pretty good. I don't have my recipe. Let me pull it up real quick. One thing I do want to mention, though, before we get started is that if anybody out there is interested, we do or have now launched the second series. Isn't that right, Adam? Of theme park?
We have the second.
Copycat theme park.
Yep.
And I'm pretty excited about it. There's some really, really good stuff on there. I think probably the one thing I'm looking forward to is the naan bread. Oh boy, that does look good.
Can you see me? Can you see me okay, Josh? Because we're having some trouble.
You are slightly frozen.
Okay.
I am slightly
Trying to figure it out.
We're trying to figure it out on our end here.
You're good. Adam's family, how are we doing? I know you guys are getting ready to come back down, I think, right? Maybe not. No rain, hopefully, during that next.
Yeah, we'll be down there next Sunday.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully no rain, right? Unlike last time.
Yeah.
That was,
make sure Taylor stays far away from the parks.
I will tell her that. She can't come by at all. Adam, you are still frozen.
Okay, we're working on it.
Working on it, Josh. Working on it.
Might have to leave for a second.
We might have to leave and come back.
Amy and Val, how are you guys? Justin, Maria, Sydney. Yeah, if you guys need to, do whatever.
Yeah, we should.
I hope it doesn't ruin everything if I get out of it.
All right, we're getting out of it now, so we might have to come back.
All right, that's all right.
Love to come back.
We'll see what happens.
Oh. Okay.
You know, this is what happens sometimes, guys, is things don't always go the way they're supposed to.
Well, if worst comes to worst, we make you drink.
Well, while we wait, we'll give Pam and Adam here just a few more minutes. I will discuss the menu or some of the stuff that we can look forward to coming up for the next Copycat theme park series. Hopefully everybody out there can still hear me well. So we're going to be launching the next series on March 20th. We're going to be starting with the Satuli Canteen. This is going to be a beef bowl with slow roasted, sliced, grilled beef. If you guys have never been there before, I personally have said multiple times that I think Satuli Canteen over at Animal Kingdom is by far the best quick service restaurant on Disney property. This is always a favorite of mine. I know a lot of people have been requesting it. I personally would have liked to have the bao buns, but hey, that's all right. That's all right. We can do the beef bowl.
We're back. Yes.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're back.
We're good. All right, cool.
You're
Very
back.
cool.
Excellent.
Excellent.
All right, so I won't go over the whole list, but I will say there's two other things that I'm looking forward to. I think everybody else is really going to enjoy, and that is the Hallelujah Biscuit Sandwich from Art Smith. We're going to be making a Bloody Mary to go with it. And of course, I know it's kind of at night and it's breakfast, but it's going to be really good. And then I had said earlier, which is the naan bread from Sanaa. This is going to be awesome. We're not going to do all of the dips, but we're going to do, I think maybe, what is it, like maybe 5, Adam? I don't want to put you on the
Yeah.
Five?
We're gonna do 5 dips. That's correct.
Three
Yep.
naans and 5 dips.
Yeah,
Okay,
three.
yeah, so
Yeah, well, you're going to do 3 naans and 5 dips. So
it'll
it
be
should
good.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be great.
So,
Yeah.
cool. All right, if you guys are ready, Adam, you got something else you want to add?
Well, did you know that we made it? We made it into. I missed. I didn't hear what you said, but we have this thing now that if you take 6 classes, the whole package is $60. It's even less money now.
It's not all.
It's not all, but it's most of these
You
classes.
pick 6.
Yeah, you pick 6. You pick 6 classes, and it's $60. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's a good deal. Very good deal to learn some cool stuff. Okay, so we'll go over that more, and I'm ready to drink a little. What's the name of this drink, Josh?
This is called the Jedi Mind Trick. And I am going to make a few changes just based on me making the drink from the recipe that I was using originally. So nothing as far as ingredients I'm using is different. It's just going to be measurements because first drink I made, I was like, it might need a little bit more. So we're going to go with it. So for our Jedi Mind Trick, we're going to be using a grapefruit rose vodka. I've got Kettle One. I picked this up at just, well, I think it was like Target or maybe Publix liquor store. So I'm sure if you went and looked, you could probably find it at your local ABC liquor store. It says 1 ounce. I'm going to go 2. I felt like the 1 ounce just wasn't quite enough. So we're going to go 2 ounces of the vodka. And then we're going to use this falernum. If you've never seen falernum before, it's used a lot in tiki drinks, specifically some stuff from Trader Sam's. We're going to do a 1/2 ounce of that. Or 3/4 because I mispoured right there. Now, the next thing that we're going to use is a blue curacao. And with blue curacao, you can buy non-alcoholic if you want. I was feeling adventurous, and I picked up an alcoholic bottle of blue curacao. We're going to do, for me, I think the first time I measured out about a 1/2 ounce. I'm going to do 1 ounce because I really want it to be a nice blue flavor, or blue color, sorry, flavor. I promise I haven't had too many of these yet. This actually will be my first one for tonight. Next, we're going to do some white grape juice. Doesn't really matter what brand. Welch's was the only one that I could find. And I got this, I think, at Target. What? Oh, did we get it at Walmart? All right, whatever. We got it at some big box store. All right, and last but not least are grapefruit bitters. You don't necessarily need to have these for this drink. It will help to add a little bit of like an aromatic smell to it, or an aromatic smell to it, sorry. And you're just gonna put like, you know, a couple of dashes in there. There's a really fancy way. You go like this. It doesn't really work for me.
Cam likes that.
All right. So now we've got everything in our mixing tin, which I guess I didn't mention. You do need a mixer. We're gonna add some ice. And now for my favorite part, and I'm sure everybody else is the shaking part, where you get to watch me shake.
That'll work.
Oh, has it? So if you guys, if anybody out there's ever seen our original Bull and Bear video, which was really cool. They set me up for my birthday and I actually got to go behind the bar and make a drink. Taylor got excellent video of me shaking my very first cocktail, and let's just say it was not good. You know, I think I've seen this served in a coupe glass. I don't really have coupe glasses. We've got champagne glasses. I'm actually going to use a martini glass. So, and I don't know that you'll be able to see it, but.
Ooh, cool color.
So there you go. Now, if you really wanted to be fancy, which I do have some mint out on the porch that I could go get like a little bit of mint, rub it around the edge there, but cheers.
Cheers. Nice.
good. I like it.
Awesome. Now, oh, cool coaster. Nice. Nice coaster. That looks nice. So, Josh, I'm going to do the same drink, but I'm going to do a little bit of a variation on it just to show that you can, Like one of the things about these cooking classes is it's a good idea to learn that where you could substitute stuff, where you can't. And the more you cook, the more you mix drinks, the more you realize you can. So first thing is I made my own, how do you pronounce it, Josh? Fulrum? How do you pronounce it?
Flarenum.
Flarenum. I made my own.
Flarenum.
So simple syrup, almond extract, ginger, cloves, and rum, and I made my own flarenum. So that's what I did. So I have all these things floating on the top of it. So obviously that's not going to work for my drink. So I'm going to put it through a strainer, and I'm going to put it into my drink, the flarenum first. So let's see how this works out. Yeah, smells really good. I really like the ginger, and I really like the cloves. So you're going to definitely get that. Okay, so there's that. My homemade flarenum went into the thing. Now the next part of my drink that's going to be a little bit different is that I infuse my own vodka. I had some vodka, I put some orange peel, and I put some grapefruit peel in here. And you could see that, and it's only been in there for a day or so, but it's already kind of picked up the color, which is, easy to infuse your own vodka. If you want to do some fun infusing, throw in some Skittles. The Skittles totally change the color of the vodka. Whatever color you want, just throw in some Skittles, you shake it up, and there you go. Okay. Curacao, I have the non-alcoholic Curacao, which is going to turn it a nice blue. The bitters, like Josh said, I'm using my bitters. I can't do the fancy pour that Josh does. I'm bitter enough. Just a couple of little drops. Excuse me. Now, the big difference is instead of white grape juice, I'm using Fresca. And Fresca is also has grapefruit in it, and it also has that little bit of grape flavor. But what it's going to do is create a carbonated drink. Now, the other part of this is I'm not going to give it that big giant shake because that would probably be a mistake. So I'm going to throw it around like this. And I still got my little fancy thing here. And here we go. Not as blue as Josh's, but I have like a Listerine kind of look. That's what it looks like to me. But I could see now, I could also top it off with a little Fresca. Oh, yeah. And if you want to make Copycat Kid, Curacao, no alcohol, Fresca, no alcohol, and some lemon juice, no alcohol, and that's it. And there it is. Cheers. Oh, that's pretty
Cheers,
blue.
everybody.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad. Yeah, if you wanted, so if you don't have the Fresca, you could just do the white grape juice, non-alcoholic blue Curacao. One thing I did have on the recipe, I think, was a little bit of lime juice. I kind of skipped that out, but you could definitely add that in there, or do a little bit of lemon.
I think you're right about the lime juice. As a matter of fact, Josh, I'm going to use my limes because makes a difference. You're right, Josh. Lime. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Use your lime.
I did.
Good. Next time, I have all this homemade mixes and bitters. It's kind of funny. The funny part is this is my one drink a week that I have during this class. So it's like I have a kind of funny. I'm more the eater than the drinker kind of guy.
Well, I've been having a couple of drinks because usually, I got to test it out first, make sure that it works. If it doesn't work, you don't want any of that alcohol to go to waste. So, you kind of have to drink it. You don't want to just dump it down the drain. So,
Absolutely.
But-
Yeah, you don't want it to go to waste, that's for sure. That's how I feel. I will drink the whole thing. My wife will help me. She likes to drink. Cool. Well, tonight we're gonna we ready to do anything else about these drinks? We ready to start cooking a little bit? All right.
I'm ready if you're ready.
I was born ready. Everybody put their stove on to 400. Put your stoves on to 400. Okay. And we're going to talk right now about pork tenderloin. So inside of your loin, which is a big piece, is a tenderloin. I'll look at it the same way you might look at like a chicken tenderloin. This piece is gonna sit inside of the big loin, and it's a tenderloin, and it's really very, very easy to cook, cooks really quickly, and is very lean. And if you're on a diet or anything like that, it's a really great cut of meat. Now, and you don't need to do a lot of cleaning. There is a little bit of a fat cap on the top, and you would like to try to get rid of that. So I'll show you easy. Just keep your knife flat, and you just want to get rid of any, like the fat that's sitting on top. And it's pretty lean. But the closer you can get to the meat without cutting the meat, this is chewy. This is, by the way, if you look at the shape of this is like the same as like a filet mignon. It's fatter on the top, it's tapered. This is the filet mignon of the pork. Okay. And I got this in a market. These two cost me about $8, which was actually a very good price. So you want to take off the top fat layer like I'm doing, because it's only going to be chewy. In this case, this is called it's kind of like shiny. You see it on lots of kind of meat. That's called the silver skin. Silver skin doesn't add anything other than chewiness. And you really, if you're cleaning a fillet, same thing. You want to get rid of the silver skin. You leave your knife flat to the meat, and you just slowly go across. You should have a sharp knife, and you can see comes right off. See? And that's cleaning the silver skin off the meat. Works the same with beef, And I remember the first time in culinary school that I had to clean a case of filet. Now, as opposed to these being $2 a pound, filet is, $10 a pound. And my chef wanted to see how close I got. So the first case, not so good, but you'll learn, because every ounce you shove off is one more ounce you can't sell. So anyway, it comes off and it's pretty clean. And I'm going to show you a couple of things about pork tenderloin. Now, the Ronto wrap is fun to make, but pork tenderloin, you can eat this all year long. It's always available in the supermarket. You can get it seasoned or you can get it unseasoned. But I'm going to show you how I season it very, very quickly. The simple seasoning or the flavoring, very, very simple. I'm going to put in a bowl here some mustard, maybe half a cup of mustard, quarter cup of honey. And if you don't have honey, you can use maple syrup. If you don't have mustard, you can, just use the spices. And then I have some spices I'm going to put on, but I'm going to put them on afterwards. Okay, I'm also going to drop a little lime juice I have in here. Just going to squeeze a little bit. And I have a mix now. I have honey, I have mustard. I'm going to mix it with my thing here, and I'm going to brush it on. Now, this is not part of the recipe. That's okay. If you don't have honey or mustard, it's no problem. You're going to go salt and pepper, garlic powder directly onto your loin, your tenderloin. But if you do have mustard and honey, I think it would be a nice added little thing here. So I'm just going to brush mine with some honey and some mustard. And after it's brushed, with as much as I can have on there, I'm going to put on salt, pepper, and the other seasonings directly on top of it. Okay. And I have some onion powder here. Okay, so this says salt and pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. That's what's going to be on there. Garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. And if you have the mustard, great. If you don't, you don't, because that's just, I just wanted to show you, you can do that. Now, the idea of it is we're going to cook it in a real hot pan and we're going to build like a little crust on it. So the other thing I would like you to do now is get your pan out. Now you need a pan that's going to be able to go into the oven, but it's going to start on the top of the stove. Now, ideally, cast iron is great because cast iron will give you a nice sear on the outside. But if you don't have cast iron, that's okay. Just some sort of something that you can fit it the lengthwise as much as you can. Now, it's going to be bigger than the pan. That's okay because you can move it a little bit, make a little bit of a U shape. It'll be okay. So I'm going to get my pan hot now, and you get yours hot too, because we're going to sear it on the outside of the oven. Then we're going to put it into the oven. And just so you know, this is how I cook every steak in any restaurant I ever worked in. You sear it on the outside of the oven to get that crust, and then you finish it in the oven. And by doing that, you're getting the surrounded heat from it cooking inside the oven, but you're getting the crust on the outside. Now, by me putting on some mustard and some honey, you have sugar. So the sugar is going to caramelize a little bit on the outside, give you a little bit of a crust. The mustard will do the same thing. And there we are. I'm going to give everybody a minute to catch up, okay? So, any questions so far? Good. It's pretty straightforward. So, you're going to get your oven now. You're getting it hot. And you're getting your pan hot. You're going to put a little oil in the pan. And I personally like to move around with tongs. And I also have a side towel. So the side towel can grab the hot pan and it's starting to move around. It's starting to get hot. And this is just being a chef for a long time. You learn how to use these things because these really are good. Tongs. And you got them good there. And if your partner's not moving fast enough, just give them a little, hey, let's go. See, there you go. Mendel got the idea. Yeah, let's go. Move along, move along. And that's it. So it's getting hot. Should almost be smoking. Cheers. Cheers to everyone. Here's to good times. Here's to bad times. Here's to you. Here's to me. And if we ever disagree, here's to me. See, this drink works. The more I drink, the more I feel like I have the force. See? Obviously, it's evidently effective. So, good job, Josh. Now, my pan's getting hot. I'm looking at my tenderloin. Oh, it's smoking hot. Okay, here we go. Smoking hot, and listen to this sound. Now, when a pan's that hot, good job, Jacob. When a pan's that hot, it's not going to stick. That's the good news. I'm going to leave it. You're going to leave it on each side for about a minute. I'm going to turn on my vent for a minute. You see, it's going to get color like that. Once it gets some color like that, then I'm going to turn it. Now, you know your pan's hot enough if it's not sticking, okay? And you're browning it on all sides. So what I'm doing is I'm just moving it around, see? So that I'm turning it, I'm flipping it to brown it on all sides, okay? I'm gonna open some things to let some air because it's starting to smoke in my house. All right. If the alarm goes off, it's no problem. Just drink some more Jedi Mind Trick. Cheers. So, you're just browning it on all sides. It's really that simple. Now, that's it. Browned on all sides. Perfect. Now, we have some raw sausage. The sausage you could put right in the same pan. You're just gonna let the sausage cook in the oven with your tenderloin. Tenderloin should take about 20 minutes. My oven's at 400, so I'm taking my tenderloin and my sausage. It's going right into my oven. Hasta la vista, baby. There it goes. All right. And it's going to cook in my oven for about 20 minutes. Now, something I want to tell you all about pork. Some people are scared to cook pork because they think if it's a little pink, they're going to get sick. This, my friends, is not true. This is absolutely not true. It was true 50 years ago. See, pigs a long time ago, pork used to eat garbage. That's not how it works anymore. They're clean animals. They're less fat than beef, and they're cared for differently. So in actuality, if you have a pork chop, you should really have it a little pink because it adds to the flavor. You don't have to make pork brown anymore. That's in our grandparents' day. So you can leave a little pink in the middle, and that's how I serve pork in better restaurants, not to be scared that it has to be dark brown because it doesn't. As a matter of fact, it will be overcooked. And I'm going to pull mine out and see if we can see what I'm talking about. The color of the pork is important. Now, pork loin, which is a whole piece of pork, you cook it exactly the same way, except it's going to take 3 times as long because it's the whole loin. This is just a tenderloin. So I like the tenderloin. As a matter of fact, tenderloin's like almost the perfect size for two adults to eat and a kid. You just slice it up nice and thin, and you could eat without the Ronto wrap, but just like as an inexpensive midweek meal, you just take your tenderloin and you sear it just like this in the oven 20 minutes, make a vegetable, make some potato or rice, and you have a really nice meal. And it was one of the first items I learned to cook in culinary school. It's really simple and a great item to learn how to cook and really good for this, obviously the Ronto wrap. Okay, cheers, and we're gonna move down the road to the next thing, which is going to be the special sauce, the white sauce. Now, if you're a barbecue guy, this guy Bob Gibbons is a famous barbecue guy, and they have white sauce all over the South. And it's like a pretty classic thing to put there. He goes, everybody knows the white sauce. Everybody has their own little secret recipe. And I am going to show you my super duper easy white sauce recipe. So get yourself one of these and one of these, and we're moving down the road. Now, I'm 54 years old. I know I only look 30, but I am 54. Yeah, that's good, good. And you know, we all have our loyalties, like, you know, I'm a Mets fan, things like that. But one thing you don't know about New Yorkers, we have a loyalty to,
I'm a Yankee fan, just like-
we have, my wife is talking now. Her mind trick is starting to talk, and she wants everyone to know she's a Yankee fan. Okay, that's fine. That's
Yankee
neither
fans
here-
over here too.
Thank you, Maria. Okay, good. Thanks for supporting. Okay, so everybody has their team. I shouldn't even open this can of worms because it's not about that. It's actually about mayonnaise. So 54 years, I grew up Hellman's mayonnaise. As a matter of fact, in New York, if you have a deli of any kind, you can't serve anything without Hellman's mayonnaise because people will complain. They'll think you're, a shyster if you don't serve Hellman mayonnaise. Now, I get down south. I've been here for about 2 years, and I found this. Duke's. There it is. Okay. Now, I don't like to admit this, but Duke's I like better than Hellman's mayonnaise. I might be going to a bad place, but I'm telling you, I prefer Duke's. So there's something about it, and I'm starting to gift it to people, and I'm starting to hear some, but I love it. Okay, so anyway, here it is. Here goes your Duke's. Clear it out. Clear it out good. Now, I never want to see you leave anything in one of these jars because that 10%, that's the difference of like this. You do this all year long, that's a Mets ticket. It's one Mets ticket. Chefs don't,
That sounds about right.
or a Yankees ticket, yeah, right.
That
So-
sounds about right.
You don't want to waste. We want to be conservative in the kitchen. We always want to use everything. So this way we have more, okay? So there's your mayonnaise. In this recipe, we said half cup of mayonnaise. Perfect. Half cup of mayonnaise. That's about a half cup of mayonnaise. Step number two. Step two. After step one is step two. Step two, after the mayonnaise, into my white sauce is going to go cider vinegar. Now, it says 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. The reason you use that is because it's sweet. Now, I got rice vinegar here tonight. It's also a good option. It doesn't have that tartness. So there you go. There's a couple tablespoons of that vinegar. Give it a little stir, little whisk. Now, here's professional chef whisking. You don't go in a circle. You go straight ahead like this. Okay, that's that. Next is going to be a little bit of prepared horseradish. Just a little bit. Gives it that little, technical term for that would be zets. It gives it a little zets, little flavor zets. Move that around. Cayenne pepper. Let's say you don't like it spicy. That's cool. Don't use it. But usually you want like a little bit of an edge. Just a little bit. Not that you want it super spicy, but you want to have like an up and a down. It's like kind of like listening to music when you cook. You have your high notes and your low notes. That's what you need. Black pepper. This is an important one, sugar. 1 tablespoon of sugar.
Tell them why you do it from up here.
Yeah. Why do you do it? Why do you do it from up here? Well, generally you do it from up here if you're looking to season something, but I do it from up here because I'm cool. Okay. Like that. Okay. Now, water. You want to thin it out a little bit. 2 tablespoons of water. Okay. I'm going to get a little water.
Did you do lemon juice already?
Lemon juice, not yet. 2 tablespoons of water. Now, when you get like coleslaw in the supermarket and it has that sweetness, they always add a little bit of water. So this way they get more concentration of the sugar. Okay. And in will go the lemon juice, but I'm going to use limes because, well, first of all, I like the flavor of lime. But secondly, Publix is charging 89 cents each for a lemon. Okay. I refuse to spend that. So I went to a different market. I got 10 limes for $1. So it's lime week here in the Adam house because I'm done with spending 89 cents for a single lemon. Okay, so I'm squeezing my limes, and I like lime flavor of lime. Actually, I prefer it to lemon. Like, Cooper, what are you doing? My dog, he's trying to eat here. Okay, so let me make sure I got everything in here. I got my horseradish, I got my black pepper, I got my cayenne pepper, got my water, got my apple cider vinegar, my mayonnaise, my lemon juice, my horseradish. Shazam. And it should look like, let me show you a spoon. Perfect.
Ranch dressing.
Kind of like a ranch. You want a little thicker? Put in some more mayonnaise. Taste it for the balance of flavors.
Jacob's on his way to being a chef.
Yep. How's that? Good, Jacob? Jacob, we're gonna have to get him a hat pretty soon. He deserves like a chef's hat, I think. Got a lot of junior chefs working hard here. That's good. Okay, so everybody, that's essentially Bob Gibson style white sauce. If you want a little thicker, you make, not going to say it's perfect, but it's perfect. That's what I like to say. Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say. Yeah, I don't want to like say it's perfect, but it's perfect. Yep. 100%. This is perfect. Okay. So let's take a minute. I'm gonna set that into a bowl. I'm gonna need it later for our Ronto wrap. Now I'm gonna show you another a little dirty chef's trick. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little dirty trick. So this is the reason. If you have like severe food allergies, be careful no matter where you go. Okay, so my white sauce, okay, has very, very, very similar profile to what? My coleslaw I'm about to make. So if I was in a kitchen, I would probably use the same bowl to mix in because why not? It has essentially the same flavors. So, but let's say you were allergic to horseradish. This is what they call cross-contamination. Now, I'm at home tonight, so Pam's not going to get sick from horseradish, so I'm going to do it. But this is why you're always going to be careful when you go into a restaurant that, that you don't get, cross-contaminated with your food, because it happens all the time. And it's not that they want to poison you, but they, when I cook for, like I've been in situations where I've had to cook for people that have severe allergies. I'll follow the food from the beginning of it coming into the kitchen to the end. So this way I know that I don't cross-contaminate anybody. And for adults, I feel bad. For kids, I really watch because it really, that's an important thing. Let's say there was peanut oil in here and the kid has some anaphylactic Shaka Zulu peanut problem. Well, you have a problem. So that's what cross-contamination is in a kitchen. All right. And yeah, and Pam makes a really good point. Disney, they are world-class at protecting you. So I'd be shocked if anybody ever got sick from cross-contamination Disney, because they have people that walk around just to make sure what I'm saying is enforced. It's very important. Okay, so we're going to make a Napa cabbage slaw. I'm going to make a Napa cabbage slaw. You guys have whatever slaw you have. I happen to have a Napa cabbage. I'm going to show you my little Napa cabbage trick. These are like some extra pointers tonight because this class is going to be not, we have some extra time. So you see what I'm doing to remove my my leaves? Look, boop, pop, bam, she goes, comes right off. So I'm going to show you my little trick for making coleslaw. First of all, I really like Napa cabbage. I like the consistency of the leaves. But the problem with cabbage, all cabbage, is the middle here is real hard. So you want to get rid of the middle piece. So the way we're going to do that is I'm going to line them all up like this. And you see how rough that middle is? I'm just gonna cut a little V. V is for vendetta. See?
Say victory.
Or victory. Wasn't that a movie? V is for vendetta. Wasn't that a bit? Oh, look, you see how it, thanks, Dave. I got it. Good. Good you're paying attention. Thank you. So I got rid of that. Okay, so I got this. I'm gonna give him a little rinse. You know, I'm looking at my white dog, you know. This is the last white dog I get. Because white dogs, they're like white couches. No matter what you do, they get dirty. I don't understand it. This dog, we just washed him like 2 days ago. He looks like a homeless dog after 2 days. What's going on? How's that possible? Okay, so I digress. Okay, so there's my cabbage. I'm going to roll it up. And I'm going to do something called chiffonade. Okay? Everything's dry. The point of the knife is on the table, and we're gonna rock. Just, you see how I'm going back and forth? It's like a motion. It's like the motion of the ocean. It's like being in a ship. It's like being on a cruise ship, Anybody ever go on a cruise with Go Getaways? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? Yeah, Josh just thinks that we're distracted. I'm making the drink, I'm making the coleslaw, and he's drinking more. See, look at this. This is nice, Josh. You like that? That's cool. I'm making this, and Josh is making cocktails. That's good. Okay, so I'm cutting up the cabbage. Josh is making a cocktail. There's my cabbage. You see how nice it is? Okay, now, my wife likes things smaller, so I'm going to just go across it one more time. Just like this. And now it's going to go into that bowl, into my cross-contamination bowl. Okay? Now, what else do you put in coleslaw? Well, you can just stop it right here if you wanted, but no, we're going to be fancy tonight. I have a carrot, cut off one end, cut off the other end, and I'm going to grate my carrot into my coleslaw. Simple. I love these things. If you have one of these, this is great. Microflame. And look what it does. It just shreds. See? You know, I always thought Josh worked out his arms. He doesn't work out his arms. He mixes drinks. That's what it is. I figured it out, Josh. You don't go to the gym. You mix drinks. I get it. I got it. Okay. Took me a while, a couple of years to figure it out. Okay, I got my carrot in there. And, you know, you cook with your eyes. Now, as you get older, you start realizing, you know, it doesn't matter that much. But when you look at things, you want them to have appeal. So this has some color, it has some orange and some white and a yellow, but I'm going to give it a little green color. I found a nice scallion. I'm going to cut my scallion up and throw it into my coleslaw. Now, do I like the flavor of the scallion? 100%. But I'm really doing it for the color. There's that. It's going to go right in there. Okay, so in here, I have my cabbage. Now, you have a cabbage mix, which already came this way, or however you came. I'm just showing you my way. So no sweat, just a little extra, no extra charge. Okay, so that's my cabbage looking. And now we're going to make Alaska. That's right, we're going to Alaska, guys. We're going on an Alaska trip next year. I am really looking forward to that. I've never been to Alaska, and I'm really, really excited to go on that trip. When does that go? When are we going, Pam?
It's July, I want to say 15th. Is it July 15th?
July 15th, is that right? 2022?
I believe it is July 15th, 2022.
Yay.
Good. Yeah, we had to move the trip because of stupid COVID, but we did that, and now we're rescheduled and we're ready to go. I'm excited, and we're going to eat some food and party and have fun. So if you ever want the trip of a lifetime, start saving your shekels. Okay, so we're going to
Hey,
make.
I just want to add, Adam. Actually,
Yes.
the real draw to Alaska is not necessarily Alaska. It's seeing me at the silent disco with my dance moves. So
That is absolutely a draw. There's absolutely a bonus. You get to see, yep, Josh dance. I'm personally looking forward to the most magnificent scenery in the world, but Josh dancing is definitely a bonus. Definitely a bonus. Okay. So we're going to make the sauce for this thing. And here it is. So you're going to get yourself a bowl. Now, I'm going to do it in this bowl, same bowl. I'm going to move my cabbage and everything out. It's going to be a one bowl slaw. But I don't want my slaw in there when I make it. So, okay. So it says 1 cup cider vinegar. Okay. That's fine. 1 cup cider vinegar, fine. Some onion powder. Some salt, some garlic powder, 1/4 cup of sugar, garlic powder, and this is your basic non-mayonnaise coleslaw. And this coleslaw, by the way, this is how, if you've ever eaten a pupusa or eaten in a legitimate Spanish, Mexican taco stand, taqueria, not Taco Bell, but the real deal, this is how it's done. It's done with a non-mayonnaise coleslaw. But remember, we already have that Bob Gibbons sauce tonight, so we don't need it. Okay, so I'm going to stir this up. And one thing I didn't mention here that I would do if you have it is I put in a tablespoon of oil if you have it. Just put in a tablespoon of oil because I just kind of like how it hits the greens. It makes them sparkle a little bit, Mix it up. And then simple as putting your slaw right back in top. And then mixing it up. My meat, the alarm went off. Now, this you can eat right away. Nice. Or 2 days from now, it's going to be equally as great. Yeah, baby, there it is. Simple homemade coleslaw. So here it is. We have our homemade coleslaw right next to our homemade Bob Gibbons special white sauce. Our meat is in the oven for 20 minutes. I'm going to check it out, see where we're at. You guys can clean off your little work area there for a second. Give you a 20-second break. Work clean. Don't be mean. Did we say that we're making this beef bowl on 320? Grilled beef.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Satuli.
From Satuli, yeah. So we're making a lot of cool food coming up.
Beef, shrimp, or chicken.
Beef, shrimp, or chicken, get to make what you want. So, listen, are the things exactly like they are in the park? Well, they're pretty close. But there are a couple of items that we make that I think are better because they're homemade. You made them yourself. They're certainly less money, and they're healthy, et cetera, et cetera. So let's see where my meat's at. Okay, my sausage look pretty done. Let me see where the rest of my meat's at. Now, if you had a thermometer, you take it out now at about 165. But I could, there it is. It's pretty much done. So my sausage, I'll show y'all. Now, these pan sauces are nice. Now, you're going to let it rest for a minute or two before we cut it. Excuse me. Now, you have your pita bread. Now, not to brag, but my class this morning was a private event that we do, was a birthday party. So we all cooked together for a lady's birthday, and she wanted to make this bread. So we made our own bread. This is a Moroccan bread. It's very similar to pita, but it has semolina flour. So the fun part is we're going to get to use my homemade bread, which you're going to use your pita bread, and I'm going to use my homemade bread. And it's a long name that is a name that is used, and I don't remember what the name of the bread is called, but it's semolina and wheat flour, and it's a hard bread. It's really good. It's not as flexible as your pita bread, but I'm going to cut it right now to make that pocket.
It's K-H-O-Z.
It's called kabaz. Okay, kabaz. Mine's a little crumbly, but your pita bread will be more like your Ronto wrap, but this is pretty close. Okay, so let's cut mine right down the middle. And man, I'm like ready to go here. So let me see my sausage first. Yeah. Hey, my, my. Sausage, cooked, perfect. And I'm going to slice the sausage the long way for my Ronto wrap. Now, this is a chorizo sausage. I don't know what kind of sausage you guys use. This might be a little hot. I tried to get them mild because Pam, it's not a big heat, but honestly, I think this dish calls for a little heat because there's no heat anywhere here. The only heat is a sausage. So me making this, I'm going to make it open face so we could all see how cool it's going to look. Now, I'm kind of hesitating a little bit because I'm trying to let my pork carry over. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to explain it. Carry over cooking means, so we cook the pork to about 160 degrees, right? And it comes out of the oven. And it's sitting in my hot pan, right? In these nice juices. It's still cooking. It's still cooking for about another couple of minutes. When you cook a steak, you pull it out of off the grill, it cooks, it keeps cooking. So if you pull out something at 160 degrees, by the time you're done, it's 168 degrees. And if you hold meat and you don't cut it right away, you should never cut it right away. Even chicken, when you pull it out of the oven, always give it like 5-10 minutes to rest. And it'll continue cooking and the juices will stop flowing. And I'm just letting mine just a little bit of a rest here. So we're going to assemble this sandwich. Now, there's a lot of juices here in the pan. These are called pan juices, if you see them. These have a lot of flavor, and you'd be remiss to get rid of them. And I'm going to actually put them on top of my meat. Now, I'm going to do, in the parks, the Ronto wraps are served wrapped, right? Closed and wrapped. Is that right, Josh? I haven't seen one in a while. They're closed, they're wrapped up. I'm going to serve mine open-faced. It's just like a shawarma. So I'm just going to serve mine open, but you can close yours.
Yeah, actually, I mean, it's not that it's necessarily closed. It is more of like kind of like a sandwich. You know, you just wrap it over, you know,
right,
almost like a taco. You know, you just take it.
Right. Okay, cool. Right. Gotcha. Okay. So, but I'm going to show mine open, but then you obviously close it and do it. And this is cool. Okay. My meat looks nice. My dog is very excited. Okay. So I'm going to open this up and show you all what I'm going to do. Now, no matter what kind of sandwich you're making, I'm going to open this up and just so you guys can see it. Okay, so I'm going to open mine on the bottom like this. Your pita will be on the bottom. You don't want to ever put if you're going to eat it right away, the way I would assemble this is the way I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to put my dry ingredients on the bottom, and then I'm going to put my wet ingredients on top of them, okay? So on will go my sausage. Un, deux, trois. On top of my sausage will then go my meat, my pork. And I'm gonna take a look at one of these bad boys right now. Now, in a perfect world, I'd probably let it rest a little bit more, but the middle, okay, well, it's essentially perfect. You see it's a tiny bit pink? Can you see it's a little tiny bit pink? Teeny bit pink, kind of like a medium well. Perfect. And now I'm going to slice it as thin as I can. It's hot. Like I said, in a perfect world, I might let it wait for a couple of minutes. But I want to be able to eat it with one bite without a lot of chew. So cut it as thin as I can. And that's a pretty nice slice like this, pretty thin. This looks nice. Now, I'm going to do something. I'm going to take a little of my pan sauce and I'm going to drizzle some of my pan sauce directly on top of my meat because I know that's going to have a lot of flavor. I'm not going to reduce it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to give it a little drizzle. Nice. On top of this, we'll go my coleslaw. My coleslaw is all mixed up, but I might squeeze it out so there's not a lot of liquid. Put right on top. And then my last step, my Bob Gibbons sauce, which has thickened up a little bit. And if you ask me my opinion, not to brag, but I think it just kind of looks perfect. You know what I mean? So it looks perfect and good enough to eat. And Shazam. There it is. You're perfect. But nice. That I'm sorry to laugh.
Oh, no.
That's good.
We need to put that on
Excuse me.
TikTok.
That's gonna go to
That's
Matt. He's,
that right there is why.
yeah, we're gonna give that to you. Got muted, Josh. What happened?
Yeah, I muted that for it's
It's Sarah
reasons
Carson.
probably almost, but
Sarah.
that's why you don't tilt it this way. You should always tilt your camera down so that you can see.
Oh,
That's go. Oh, look at that. Kraus, nice. That's awesome. I could hardly wait to give that to Matt to loop 800 times. That's just gonna that'll haunt you the rest of your life. But you have more, right? You guys have to come over. I'll give you what I have here. So, wow, that was classic. Okay, excellent. All right, well, everybody, that was classic. I see Val is enjoying herself. That was good. Look how happy. That's good. She's crying. She's crying. Let me see. Jacob, nice. Wow, look at that. Nice, Josh. Nice. Holding it on smart. Let's see Adams. That looks cool.
he's there. He's being careful.
He's being careful. You set an example, Josh, that nobody wants to do that again. So Jacob's eating. How's it taste? Pretty good? Pretty good?
Justin.
Good. Thumbs up. Good. How you
So
doing,
Adams-
Dave? How is it?
Doing well. So we live just 20 minutes away from Gibson's restaurant
Is that right?
in Alabama.
Oh,
Yes, and this sauce is very, very close to it.
Oh, it is? Cool. Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Thanks, Dave. That's good.
Brooke.
Oh, Brooke, that looks nice, Brooke. Brooke, good job. Good job, Brooke.
Oh.
Jacob's eating. It looks it's good. There's a nice pose. Tracy, how'd yours come out? Good. Thumbs up. Awesome.
Justin.
Justin, did you make it or you Oh, you got your sous chef working. Nice. Got that pork tenderloin working there.
I think
Nice.
she's the chef.
She's the chef. Good, good, good. Everybody got, wow. Excellent. Well, this really, this is really nice. This was a good man. Hey, Taylor, how you doing? Good. Good to see you. Kay say hi. Nice to see you. Hi. Well, this was exciting, and this is really was a success. And you know, we really do want to join. You can take any 6 of these copycat cooking classes for $60. It's a big bargain. Think about it.
We're coming to the end.
You just make 4 of these, you know, you paid for the class. You know what I mean? I mean, unbelievable. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed that. You could go to adamgoldgell.com, adamgoldgell.com, and all the classes are listed there. You could sign up for the group. Next week, on WDW Couple, on their YouTube channel, you can see this. We're going to send you all the video. You get to keep the recipes. That's our gift to you. And that's just cool. So any other questions before we say hasta la vista, baby? Good? Awesome. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Peace and love to everyone. Enjoy your Mind Jedi. Thank you. And God bless. We'll see you next week. Good night,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody. Thanks for
Bye.
being here.
Thanks.
Bye.